Yo, yo. What up, what up, what up? It's Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Welcome to the Boys Club. Welcome to the Boys Club. Yo, Sheila, what up? First in the building. Sheila, what up? I see you, girl. Hey, put these glasses on. If y'all can see, I'm hot. Burning up over here. Shout to everybody jumping on quick. Um, get my man Rich Dollars in the building. How we looking, y'all? Y'all can tell I'm burning up or what? Richie D, what up?
What's good?
Chilling, kid. Yo, shout to my girl Yolanda. Yolanda, what up? Shout to all the faithfuls who in here every week. I got so many people yesterday when we didn't do it, Rich. Everybody was hitting like, where y'all at? Where you at?
Yo, you know what's crazy? My mother hit me and was like, yo, because my mother, you know how you somebody sends something to yours and then you
Yep.
add them. So like 3 or 4 people hit my mom's and was like, yo, where's Rich? We can't find Rich. We trying to watch the Boys Club on Wednesday nights. So I was like, yo, that makes you feel good, bro.
Nah, I really do. Shout to, and I just want to take a second to give shout out to people who are here every week. Maya, I see Maya in the building. Shout to her. Chef Mike in the building. My man Soul G in the building. Yolanda, like I said, it's so many who, they're faithful. And when we don't show up, they be on some like, yo, where y'all at?
Yeah. That's dope.
Okay, Rich, before we get started, I want to congratulate you and your baby mother, your little mini me, graduated high school yesterday. And I don't take stuff like that lightly. We live in a world where you see so many, because everybody got cell phones and Ring door cameras. You
Right.
see the way so many of these young kids, they almost like sociopaths. They out there shooting people, killing people, pulling out, straight up the AKs and spraying streets up. So when you see young men and young women who are going to school and they're doing the right thing and they're graduating, that's something that needs to be acknowledged, especially in 2022.
Facts.
I don't take nothing like that for granted. So, congratulations to you and your baby mother and your son for, doing what he was supposed to do, and God willing, he go off to college.
Yep. He's here now. So yesterday was graduation. So, the next thing is college. And we're getting him ready for that now, but they're about to go on vacation. My mom's is taking them to Aruba. So
Woo-hoo.
he getting passport stamps now. So he living the life. He's about to go to Aruba for the week and for his little graduation gift. We all, put together a little something. So they're going to Aruba for the week.
Nah, good for him, man. Good for him.
Well deserved.
Nah, I love it. All right, so let's get to business, man. I'm gonna touch on this lightly, and we're gonna keep it moving. Last week, because every week we go down this rabbit hole with your man Deshaun Watson. He got a 24th. Yo, Rich, just 2 minutes. Just talk about this guy. I know you are the football fan. I'm not. I don't even watch football. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know who this man is. But I understand the world that we live in, and women just pile on and they pile on and they pile on. This is just not looking good, bro. Like at some point it feels like, and I don't want to say this because I understand the world we live in, but sometimes when there's smoke, there's fire. I just hope that's not the case because it just feels nasty for this man.
So 2 more women came out. What happened was him and his lawyer did something on a press conference where football camp is starting up. Everybody's getting ready to go back to work for football players. So now he did, his opening press conference, and I guess some women saw it and they felt offended by the fact that the Cleveland Browns were basically, welcoming this dude with open arms, even though he has 22 cases. So now And then the New York Post just recently did something where they said it's 66 women.
Good Lord.
So, but 24 actual civil suits. I hate to condemn a black man before he, like, because there's no criminal charges. They dropped all criminal charges. I hate to condemn a black man before he's found guilty. But like you said, bro, I would hate to think that this is just a humongous money grab because this dude just caught a little 200. I said a little. This dude just caught a $236 million guaranteed contract. I would hate to think that these women is piling on and this is a money grab for them. But like you said, if the New York Post is saying 66 women and 24 have come forward with actual civil suits, it's hard to believe that he ain't pull his dick out. Like, because that's what they saying he did. Like, basically they saying they was doing massage. They're massage therapists. They were hired to do massages for him. And the dude, you know, wanted happy endings, pulled his dick out, made him feel uncomfortable, all that kind of stuff. So they're not saying he raped anybody. They're not saying he forced anybody to do anything. It was just an act of them doing what was, quote unquote, their job as masseuse. He pulled dick out, asked for happy endings, told, you know, jerk, you know, do what you do. And it got weird for them. And apparently he's done this 66 times and 24 women have come forward. Weird to me that they all got the same lawyer.
Exactly. And that, you know, Rich, because I don't want to stay on this, real talk. I feel like we spend a lot of time on this topic week over week, right? Especially this particular young man. But when I see the same lawyers, and I'm not because none of us was in that room, and I understand the world we live in. Anybody can come out and make a false claim. There is no such thing as innocent till proven guilty no more, because even if he never gets charged in a court of public opinion, he's lost. He can't go into any room without people questioning, did this man get away with sexually assaulting women because he's this pro athlete?
Correct.
But be it as it may, man, I think that just from a boys club standpoint, it almost feels like there's no safety net out. Like I touched on this last week, and I'm transitioning. The world has got so crazy. How do you compliment? Now he's being accused of trying to get happy endings, pulling this thing out. That's different. So I don't even want to compare the two. I'm transitioning. I'm making it clear. I don't want y'all tearing me up in the comments. But what's appropriate anymore? Like, what is appropriate when trying to get to know a woman now? When trying to make it clear, I'm into you. Because it feels like we live in an era where everything is socially unacceptable. Things that you could have said as a compliment years ago, it's now inappropriate. God forbid you talk to a woman who works at the same job as you. Like at this point, I would be scared. Like if I worked at a job, like literally punched the clock and went to somebody's office, and if I was attracted to another female coworker, I would be scared to death, Rich, to make that known, because I don't know anymore where the lines are. Like the lines are so blurry, you don't know, like can I make it clear? Is it a compliment, or am I making her uncomfortable now at work? Am I going to get a call from HR because I told her I like the way her hair looks today? So, from your standpoint and just speaking from a man's, just an overall man's standpoint, like, how do you even approach a woman in 2022? Because it feels
Honestly,
Like you cracked.
honestly, the sad part about it is that there's no answer to that. Because
Really?
I can say the same thing to a woman and you say the same exact thing and be misconstrued. And she could get offended if Richie say it, or if she could get offended if Sean say it, but if Richie say it, it's cool, or vice versa. There's no landing place no more. Like today, the real thing is just be safe, be better safe than sorry, bro. Be better safe than sorry and leave the workplace alone. Because even if you make an advance and it's accepted, that doesn't mean that when she get mad at you next week and you've embarked upon a journey of, oh, this is Bay. Oh, we hung out a couple times. We went and had drinks and hookah after work. We have a relationship. And you go and work and you piss her off and you say something to her thinking that I said nothing different than I said to you yesterday. But tomorrow she's in human resources saying you making her feel uncomfortable in the workplace. You said this. They're calling you in the office like, yo, why are you calling her babe? Why are you calling her honey? Why are you saying what we doing tonight? Why are you telling her to meet you in the bathroom? You looking at the HR lady like, I done met this girl in the bathroom 65 times. What the fuck is different about today? Oh, she felt differently about you today and reported you. Now you got a whole world of trouble on your hands. For me, in 2022, better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry, man. Mind your P's and Q's. Don't shit where you eat. Don't eat where you shit, whatever the saying is. And don't put yourself in those positions, because once she's pissed at you or whatever situation happens, you can't reverse that. You can't reverse that once you go downstairs to HR, upstairs to HR, and you file that report. Now there's an investigation. No matter how that investigation ends, it normally ends with one of y'all two motherfuckers having to leave that workplace. And if you are the person that's being accused, you need to be getting your resume in order. Or for some shit that you did 50 times and she got mad on the 51st.
Nah, Rich, I mean, it's just such a weird, and before we go any further, guys, we know we weren't on last night on our typical night. It's a day later, so please do us a favor, tag 10 of your friends, let them know that the boys club is on. We're doing our makeup show because we weren't able to do it last night. So please, if you know anybody who loves the boys club, please go ahead and tag them and let them know that we're on live right now.
Tell a friend to tell a friend, yo, we here.
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, Rich, I remember a few years ago. This is years ago. And you know me, everybody got a way that they talk. And I was talking to this woman. I was on a project, and I was referred to as baby girl. I was like, "Yo, baby girl, can you hear me?" And she correct, like, my name is such. And in that moment, I'm like, okay, like I just touched the nerve here. Like you can't even, like, I wasn't trying to flirt. I was just being shown. I literally referred to her as baby girl, and you had to see immediately I was corrected. And it was like, yo, like this where we at? So I just don't know. And I would love for any of the women, when we open up the phone lines, to comment on this. How would y'all like to be approached? Like, what, women are out there week over week saying, yo, I want to find a man. I want to find a man. Mm-hmm. Men don't approach me. How many times we heard that on this show? Men don't approach me. Where can I find a good man at? All of these things. But a lot of times men, we know what we up against. Like you shoot your shot at somebody, they could literally be recording you. They could literally be documenting, secretly videotaping. I can't tell you how many times I just saw something on Instagram today or yesterday, and dudes are in the gym, and this woman, she got her phone, she working out, and the dude is looking her way. Now I don't know if he's concentrating, but he clearly wasn't overly gawking at her and making her, and in the spectacle she made. And the dude, she caught him so off guard because can I help you? You looking at me, this, that, and the third. And the homeboy, he's thinking about bench pressing 1,000 pounds or whatever he was doing up in there, him and his man. But the scene that was made was crazy. So now they on the spot. And it's like, yo, you took this so far out of context. You filmed us. Now you got us up on social media and putting a narrative out there like we was doing something. We're in here working out just like you. So, it's such a scary proposition. And I would love to hear from our female audience when we open the phones up. What is the line? What do you feel comfortable with? How would you like a man to approach you? Because we hear you loud and clear. Many of you say, yo, men don't approach me. And I'm wondering if this could be a reason why. I can tell you, if I was still out there in the open market, I promise you, I would be too scared in 2022 to approach somebody. My word to everything.
Yo, Sean, I'm going to keep it so funky with you. I fear, okay, obviously, if you're on this live, you know my page is down. Before my page, my Richie Dollars page got taken away, I used to fear DMs because I always felt like they were a setup. I've had people come in my DMs, speak to me, start a conversation, literally screenshot the conversation and post it to their page and be like, look at this nigga Rich Dollars trying to holler at me. After they done doctored the motherfucking thing, doctored the conversation, misled people as if I came into your DMs when you really slid into mine talking business, erased all the business conversation, and then just kept the shit that you wanted to make me seem like I was approaching you. At this point in time, I honestly feel like it probably has nothing to do with any specific individual. It's the woman and what she's feeling, how she's feeling that day. And that is scary as hell for a man. Because I could catch you on Monday and you be perfectly cool with every part of this conversation. But if I catch you on Tuesday, I'm a sexual fucking deviant pariah and I'm looking at people, or I'm on social media and you doing this shit on the guys in the gym. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. Like, that's you using. That's when I be on here and people be like, yo, Richard, you tainted, you got a feeling, you bad, you angry. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed that people have gotten to the point now where you're so adamant about making a scene or getting followers or embarrassing somebody on social media. Like, this is what people do. When all it took was excuse me, were you looking over here, something I can help you with? Oh, no, beloved, I'm sorry. I'm actually looking past you. I'm not even paying attention to you. Or, oh, no, I just wanted to speak. Oh, how you doing? I'm working out. I'm uncomfortable. Let me get my workout in. Okay, it's fine. Now I'm cognizant of it. Let me turn around and not make you feel uncomfortable. But come on, people, like, there's a certain amount of respect that we're supposed to show each other as human beings, bro. Like, you're not supposed to just at all times feel like you need to be on guard because people are out here to fucking disrespect, embarrass, put you on blast, expose you, as people call it. Like some of this shit isn't even worth the exposition. Like, you exposing motherfuckers for shit that's not even expose worthy. And you saying more about yourself than you saying about them two dudes in the gym. What you just did says more about you than it does about them. Because them dudes probably ain't even really giving you that much thought. And you feel like this was an opportunity. So you really came to the gym today looking for an opportunity. The first nigga who do anything, I'm getting. I'm getting. Motherfuckers say hi to me the wrong way. Yo, what's up? What you saying hi to me like that for? You trying to fuck? What you trying to pull your dick out on? Like, come on, man. Everything ain't like that. Sometimes it's a simple conversation, bro. Everything ain't got to be social media. Everything ain't got to be exposing people. Everything ain't got to be trying to embarrass somebody, trying to make the shade room, trying to make you get clout for yourself, because your insecurities and how you feel about yourself is in the toilet. So now you try to make yourself bigger and better than what the situation really called for. When in reality, Playboy not even really thinking about you like that. Bro, if this was 2022 today, the shit that Bad Boy, there'd be so many rich people walking around in this place. If the shit that the people said and did in the music industry was in 2022, oh my nigga, there'll be so, oh my God. All these moguls that you see with $150, $200 million to their name, them niggas would be broke paying all these motherfuckers. And it could just be all some simple, once the floodgates open, people start to understand, and then you use your power for bad. You start to look for that opportunity to use your power for bad. And that's the problem with all these things. As we learned with Amber Heard, as we learned with the Chris Brown, as we learned with countless situations, so people could sit on here and act like I ain't right, or I'm wrong, or da-da-da. There's enough situations in the atmosphere right now where people have done foul, fucked up shit that it is time that we start to question all of this shit.
But I'm gonna tell you, Rich, just to streamline the conversation, and I really do want to make this part of when we open the call lines up. Just going back to that young woman, and I've seen this happen. I've seen these viral videos more than once where women in the gym, you know, they secretly film somebody, and yo, he looking at me, this, that, and the third. And I'm not saying it ain't true. I know in the last one I saw yesterday, it damn sure wasn't. Like, it was clear as day that this woman was looking for it was clickbait. But at the same time, that man, for all we know, he worked a corporate job. For all we know, he got a family, he got kids. What if all this go by his, his family? Now I gotta explain to my wife something that but here's the deal, right? Because I want to streamline it back to a conversation that we hear on the Boys Club all the time, which is, men don't approach me. Men don't approach me. Men don't approach me. And it's these it's these little nuances of life. It's this new way that the world has spun and turned, and it's the new reality that we're living in. That's why a lot of men, they're thinking long and hard. Do I approach her? Do I even say your hair look nice? What is a compliment? What can be construed as a compliment, but it has no sexual undertone to her? What can be received as a compliment, but she won't misinterpret it as this dude is a creep?
Right.
And here's the deal, Rich, and I'll tell any woman out there, there is something extremely attractive about a dressed down woman. I know y'all think y'all gotta be dressed to the nines, fingernails done, hair done, makeup. But there is something very attractive about that woman in the gym. That woman who is wearing a baseball cap at the grocery store. And she just, and if you find that a man is looking at you, y'all don't realize that is an attractive, and Rich, you can tell me, Sean, you're bugging, or you're absolutely right, but that is an attractive look to a man when he sees a woman who got spandex, a baseball cap, she moving with a ponytail, low makeup on. That's attractive.
I call that the less is more. I call that the less is more.
But if you can't even look at a woman no more and be thinking to yourself like, yo, damn, I know, like, honey, she just out shopping right now. She at the grocery store. She looked damn good. If you can't even look for more than 1.5 seconds without now getting put on blast, or a woman feeling creepy, how does a man even approach a woman anymore? And I guess that's just where I'm jammed up at in this conversation, because men are definitely feeling a way every time. Like, once upon a time, you would just shoot your shot. I'm going for mine. No more. Them days are done. For any mature, intelligent, grown man with something to lose. And what I mean by something to lose, I have a job, I own property, I own a car, it was something to lose. That man that you are looking for, that mature man, I guarantee you, if he's not scared to death, he is thinking long and hard about shooting his shot because he doesn't want any backlash. And that's just facts. But, you know, what's your thoughts on it?
There used to be a time when if you hollered at a woman, in your mind, like as a man, you holler at a woman and the first thing you say is, well, bro, what the fuck is the worst thing she could do is say no.
There you go.
Like that was it. Like the worst she could do is I'm gonna shoot my shot. The worst she could do is say no. And then I'll be like, all right, cool. I tried, and then I'll move on. At least I know I tried. Now you gotta worry about her trying, like, and this is, and you're saying what you're saying is absolutely right, bro. Like, women are wondering why men don't holler, or men are, because there's so much to lose. There's so much to lose now. Like, there's so much that to be put on blast and embarrassed and exposed and all this other stuff. When in the reality, all you was doing was saying, man, I was just trying to shoot my shot. I was just trying to say hi. So now, how do I meet somebody these days? Like, do I gotta go on dating services? Do I gotta get hooked up from my friends' friends or my husbands? Do my homegirls' girlfriends gotta be the people I talk to? I mean, it's now it just gotten to the point where everything is so, I don't know the word I'm looking for. It's just so, like, weird, bro. For lack of a better word, it's the shit. The dating world is just so weird. Like, you just literally have to be out here worried about every single thing. You just can't even, like, people used to say, yo, just follow your gut instinct. Do what you do. Say what you mean. Say, you know, go at it. Say, be real. You can't even do that no more. You can't even do that no more because you're literally fearful of all this shit that could happen to you in this situation. And it's hard, bro. It's hard. It's hard.
Now, it's a very difficult road, Rich. Something for everybody, men and women, to keep in mind. This is a hell of a conversation that needs to be had. All right, I'm gonna switch topics because we got a couple of callers that wrote in, and I want to get to their questions this week. But before I do, I just had a general thought a week or two ago. I want to shoot by you. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it say to a man when a woman holler about, yo, I'm done with you, but she don't block you? You know, she I'm done with this nigga. But he still got full. I ain't block him on none of my platforms. I ain't block him. His calls still get through. His texts still get through.
Full access.
What did that say?
It means that that's the phase. That's the phase of, I'm mad at you right now. I'm getting ready to go through my range of emotions. I'm about to curse you out, blah, blah, blah. But really, I just want you to try harder. I'm not cutting your access from me away. I'm maintaining the access so you can still hit me up, you can still tweet me, you can still DM me, you can still text me, you can still everything. So I really just want you to, I'm pissed at you and I want you to try harder. Because if you was really mad at me, I know what really mad looks like. Really mad looks like blocked, blocked, blocked. You go to every social site, every phone, your fucking text messages turn green, your DMs, the person don't exist no more. That's what I'm pissed off at you means. And it's so easy to do that, that it's not even like it's a real chore for her. Where she's like, you know what? I ain't got time to do all. It should take 5 minutes to get this nigga off of every possible way he could possibly call you. And if you don't do that, all you're saying is, I'm pissed at you, try harder.
Okay, before I even give my thoughts, because you got me smiling over here. Does it work the same way in reverse? If a dude is done, but he don't block you on nothing, but he hollering about how to moved on, what does that mean when it's in reverse?
If a dude block you, if a dude don't block you, it means absolutely the same thing. It means absolutely the same.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me set the stage a little bit better.
Go ahead, set the stage.
Rich Dollars is talking to whoever, your new woman today, right? But you supposedly done with your ex. Supposedly. But she's still in your phone. She can still get through. You ain't blocked on no social platforms. She can still text, but you with your new woman. So watch what you say. Be very, very specific about how you answer this.
Okay.
Go ahead.
First of all, I can't allow my new woman's insecurities to keep me from having a friend. If me and the ex did not break up on bad terms, I'm not going to dismiss her and dead her like as if we did. If we decided it was best to move on because it wasn't working for either of us, and I've moved on and met someone new, I don't have to block that person if in fact we didn't end our relationship in a bad terms. That would be disrespectful to her. We ended our relationship as friends, as cool. We can still have a conversation. I can still see you out and be amicable. I can still see you at the grocery store and wave to you from across the aisle and be like, hey girl, what's good? What you been up to? And it don't have to be all that extra shit. I don't have to block you. Now, if we end it on bad terms, or if you're overstepping the boundaries of having that access, now my new girl got a point. Yo, you broke up with her, bro. You bumped into her at the grocery store. She saw me picking up the cucumbers. She clearly saw that we were together shopping. Why is this girl on your phone 50,000 times? Now she's disrespecting me. So now you either have to do one or two things. I got to get her straight. Yo, love, you're disrespecting my new girl. I can't allow you to do that. So could you please stop reaching out to me to this level? Like, reach out to me once every blue moon or how you doing? But I don't need you in my phone like that. You're making my new girl feel away, and I don't need that problem. Or if she continues and she's like, what? I know you better. I know you long. Now I got to block you because this is about to go left, and I don't need that in my life. So I'm trying to be respectful. We ended the, I'll give you the whole 3 synopsises quick. I'm trying to be respectful. We've ended our relationship on good terms. I would like to remain on good terms. We move in the same circles, so I'm not going to block you and keep you from communicating with me if, in fact, I think we could still be cool from a distance. Option two, you got your new girl. She isn't finna block every single dude that she ever spoke to. Be clear. And nor should she have to, because that who she spoke to in the past is not her problem if that dude isn't trying to cause any friction moving forward. So but now if in fact the guy or the girl does try to create friction moving forward on your phone line, texting you at 12:30 at night, where you at, big head? I'm drunk from the club. Now you're doing too much. So as soon as you establish the boundaries and you have the boundaries, I feel like the women and the men should be able to move forward with a new relationship. Because quite frankly, if you don't want me to talk to any of the girls that I've talked to in my past, that says more about your insecurities, about how you feel about me, than it does about them people. Because them people ain't thinking about me and I ain't thinking about them.
Okay, so let me put you on the spot, because I'm listening to you, and I'm a little unclear right here. And that's why I stopped you and said, let me be specific, because it almost sounds like you're contradicting yourself.
Go ahead.
On one hand, you first said if you don't get, if homegirl don't block you, that just means she wants you to try harder.
No.
On the other hand, I'm gonna just tell you how I interpreted it.
Okay.
And this is before I share any of my thoughts. On one hand, you said she wants you to try harder. Then you said, yo, if it ended on good terms, we should be good. I shouldn't have to block you. This, that, and the third, unless you violating. So I'm trying to get it narrow in with the thoughts from man's point of view.
You're not playing fair. now you got everybody here talking about, yes, prayers, pick a side, Rich. Nah, this is what I'm saying. If we were in a relationship and we have an amicable breakup and we're not beefing or fighting with one another and we've moved on, we're beyond the place where I was talking about they want you to try harder. If we got to the point where try harder and that didn't work, we're beyond that point. Now we don't communicate no more. I've moved on. I have a new girlfriend. You have a new boyfriend. We're not still even talking to each other. When I say try harder, that means we broke up yesterday, you mad at me, and you want me to be back in your life tomorrow or the next day or the next day. I'm not talking about months later or weeks later when we've decided that this isn't going to work and we've basically stopped communicating. I shouldn't have to block you then. You understand what I'm saying? I thought when we were talking about if you get into it with your girl and she don't block you on all aspects and keep you from coming at her immediately, or keep you from deading all communication immediately, means she wants you to try harder. That means that you're still working towards that relationship. That means that she wasn't mad enough to dead you, but yet she wants you to work harder. But if you worked harder and it still didn't work and you guys decided that, yo, I can't get over what happened, whatever the case may be, I have to move on, and you guys decide that you're moving on amicably, you shouldn't have to block her at that point. Because you guys aren't communicating anyway. It's over. It's over. The original question I was thinking was that if she's pissed off with you right now and you're trying to get her back and she doesn't block you, do you still have a chance? That's what I originally thought you were saying. So if she's pissed at you right now, but she ain't blocked you from all social media and texts and stuff, do you still have a chance? Absolutely, because she's still giving you the option to call her, text her, communicate with her, and be able to try to get back in a good place. But if you try to get back in a good place and cannot, and you've both moved on, or you've moved on, or she's moved on, you shouldn't have to block each other at that point. Because you ended amicably, it just didn't work out. And now you've moved on. And now you with somebody new. But just because she see you at the grocery store and see you happy with the new chick, now she want to get in your phone. Now she want to disrespect. Now we have a problem. But if it's just, hey, I saw you at the grocery store the other day. Oh, man, your girl's beautiful. Good luck. Yo, keep it moving. That's it. That's nothing wrong with that. Fuck it. You can show that to your girl. Yo, shorty I used to mess with, yeah, I was at the grocery store. She saw us and she was like, yo, she look good, boy. You look like you moving, like you moving proper. You know what I'm saying? If she ain't violating and disrespecting, then it shouldn't be an issue. Like, you gotta be adults, man. And if you go through life and just keeping it real, y'all can put up red flags and do all the shit y'all want to do. If you go through life and every person that you had a relationship with that didn't work, you cut them off and could never speak to them again, that's not adulthood. That's children. That's high school shit. Some of my best friends right now are girls I used to date. If I was to cut Monique Slaughter off, we wouldn't have had her on the show 2 weeks ago. If I was to cut Erica Mena off and she cut me off and we never communicated again, we wouldn't have had her on the show. That doesn't mean that her new dude is worried about Richie D, or if they get a new dude, they should be worried about Richie D. You got to be an adult. Shit didn't work out for whatever reason, but you're still good people. I can still talk to you. I can still bump into you two at the club and have a conversation and ask you what's up with life. It's called being a mature adult. Everything isn't about it's over, no more communication. Come on, who wants to go through life like that? Now, if I see you out, it's not amicable no more. Now it's beef. Now it's fuck that nigga across the club. He blocked me and fuck that bitch nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, who needs all that? That's what I'm saying. So to recap, while you smiling because you got some more fucking funny shit to say, to recap, if you in a relationship and your girl did not cut you all the way off, you still have a chance. But if you get to that point where you don't have a chance and y'all have decided that it's time to move on, now it's time to move on, and you can, as two grown-up adults, move on amicably, still see each other at church, still see each other at the hookah bar, say hello, wave, maybe even get nostalgic about the amazing sex you had. But that's it. And be adults and understand that the shit was toxic when I was in it, and I don't want to go back to toxicity, and I'm good on that. And now I can look at her and say, Erica Mena is one of my best friends out there, and if she got a problem with her new dude, she call me, and if she got a problem with her new girl, she call me, and it's all good. And that don't ever mean that I want to go back down that rabbit hole of toxic.
Hold on. I'm gonna stop you because you done been on this 15-minute soliloquy.
Go ahead.
But and you done took so much time, I can't even comment because we got to move this show on.
You just know
but you right. Just stepped on something, huh?
You just know I'm right.
No, I'm gonna move on because I got to move the show on. But you just said something. Just said something, Rich. Nigga, how about this? And I am starting out with the N word, nigga. If my girl, my woman, ever call her ex-man and talk about the problems we have, and I stopped you right at this point because I needed it to be fresh. When you said your ex can call you and talk about the problems that her and her new man are having. From a man's standpoint, I don't recommend no woman out there call your ex-man and tell that dude the problems you're having in your new relationship. I don't care how cool you are. I don't care how much friends you are. I don't care. That could be your best friend on planet Earth. That is the ultimate violation, Richie. You know this and I do. If Rich Dollars, hold up, before I let you go for 15 straight, and I stopped you right here. You know, I'm not even a jealous dude. You're jealous. If your new girl called your ex, or if she called her ex-man and said, me and Richie Dollars is going through these problems in our relationship, That's grounds for automatic dismissal, and you know that, and I do. So go ahead. Go ahead.
All I'm gonna say is this:
Rich,
as it pertains to friendships, I couldn't tolerate that. Let me.
okay.
Okay, so I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't to put anybody's business out there to be messy or anything. I think it's kind of common knowledge right now. How do you think I knew about Erica and Safari's problems? Because it's not because I read the fucking Shade Room. It's because she told me.
She was wrong. She was wrong. She was wrong.
I think
And
that.
I say that with ultimate respect for you and her friendship. I am great friends with a lot of women that I talk to. I am. But there are just some lines you don't cross. I'm never, ever, ever going to put my girl in a position, ever, whether she knows it or she doesn't, whether she ever catches wind of it or not. I'm never, ever, ever going to put her in a position in front of her face or behind her back that any woman, let alone an ex, can know something about her and she doesn't know. Or they feel like in some way they got an upper hand because they got the inside scoop. I think that is absolutely, positively wrong. And if you and Erica got that relationship and you know more about
and Moniece.
Okay, it is wrong. You should not know. You should not know what's going on in Moniece's new relationship. Now, if that man is now her ex and she want to talk to you about what happened, so be it. But you ain't that shoulder to cry on. If I found out my girl was doing that with her ex-man, nigga, she'd be out. If I found out about it at 5:30 p.m., by 6 p.m., her clothes is packed. Like by 6:15, nigga, the U-Haul is here. But and she matter of fact, it ain't even U-Haul. The Uber is here. She up out of here. It is a violation, Rich. It's just that simple. My word to everything.
Yo, you know what? Listening to you, I could understand that. I can understand that. Sometimes I will say this and then I'll leave it alone. Sometimes people are better as friends than they were lovers. And if we have become good friends and we have been out of our relationship for a set amount of time and have moved on in multiple relationships, then I understand your point. But I do. I 100% understand your point. And from I'm from a place of insecurity. I think that I would probably feel the same exact way. You are calling your dude in regards to a relationship that I've had with you. You giving him what's going on in our relationship, a nigga you used to mess with. I would have a problem with that. I would. But that doesn't mean I'm the most mature. I'm acknowledging that I'm not the most mature dude, and there is a double standard. Because if a woman values a friendship and she used to mess with you, she's going to lean on you. And as a friend, you want to be the person that she leans on. And it doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't know. It's a catch-22. I see my mom just logged on from the other room. I wish she would come in here.
Okay. Mama Dollars, I would love to hear. I can tell you this much. How long your mother been married to your stepfather?
36 years.
Okay. Let her have called your father and talk to that nigga about what was going on in her household now.
Well, first
they would have been married for 36 months. Huh?
First, she hated my father, so that was never happen.
Well, the bottom line is she would have been married for 36 months. That's what they've been married for 36 years, and they'd have been married for 36 months. Real talk. And I'm only saying that again, this is inside the mind of a man, right? Ladies, I ain't got nothing against none of y'all being friends with your exes. Rich, so much of what you said earlier was right that I didn't get to comment on. You spoke truth. But there is a line when it comes to exes. They're not regular friends.
Correct.
And I can tell you this, just as a mature stand-up man.
Come here.
Yeah, bring Mama Dollar.
Real quick.
Tell me when she coming. I'm gonna finish my thought. But
so Sean is saying, if you have a relationship if you have a boyfriend and y'all broke up. Am I on this thing? No, the door's closed. But you and your boyfriend are now friends. Is that a violation for you to tell him problems within y'all new relationship? Say it again. Go ahead, Sean, explain it.
If you have an ex-man that you're still friends with, and in your current relationship, you're going through problems, and you're calling your ex-man and you're filling him in on the problems that you're having in your current situation, is that a violation to your current situation?
Oh, to the new man.
To the new man.
Yeah.
I would think not.
You would think not.
I would think not, because he has to understand that it's a friend. That's my friend.
Yeah, okay.
And I need to be able to confide in him. He's got to trust me. So that's what I think.
Okay.
And like,
I understand his point, though. I understand the point that the new boyfriend will probably feel like, why are you telling him our business? This is a man you had a relationship with, but he's got to trust me.
This is not about trust. It is not. This is not a trust situation. This is a respect situation. I'm not saying you can't tell any man that is your friend. I draw the line where it's your ex-man. That to me, and even if it's your ex-woman, if it's your ex-girl, I don't think that you're supposed to be talking to your ex-girl about problems going on in your new relationship. It's a respect thing. It's not a trust thing. It's not.
I don't see it like that.
You don't?
I don't see it as a respect thing, because who better knows me? Who knows me more than anybody else in the world than somebody I was in a relationship with?
Okay, stop right there. See,
and would be
I wish you was on camera. I really wish you would. What'd she say, Rich?
And that person would be honest with me and tell me when I'm wrong.
This is where it gets a little dicey, because this is your mother. So I'm gonna tread very lightly. First off, you've been married for 36 years, right?
Yes.
Imagine sitting in front of your husband's face and telling him, well, I went to my ex because who knows me better than a man I used to talk to? Even if that is true, your husband would be like, are you out your mind? Then go back with that nigga. If he know you better than anybody on planet Earth, what are you with me for? And that's fair. That is a fair statement coming from somebody you're in a situation with today.
I do. I understand his point. I perfectly understand your point. I just would not be in a relationship with somebody who would not trust that I would know who I should and shouldn't speak to. I mean, if I feel like this person can give me good advice, you gotta trust me. You gotta let me have that.
I'm gonna tell you.
It's not about you.
I am very much. I don't have any problem with people speaking to their exes. And anybody watching this live and listening to us on podcasts or on YouTube, don't misinterpret my words. I have friends who are exes and it is strictly platonic. And I'm gonna just keep it 100. I almost forget that we used to talk, like that we ever had anything. But even with that being said, I do look at it as respect. I would not disrespect the person I'm with to cross a line and talk to somebody old about what's going on in my new situation. I wouldn't. And to me, that's not a trust thing.
Okay.
And I would look at it both ways. If it was my girl and I wouldn't do it. That's number one. But if my girl is running around looking at her ex, I'll be like, yo, are you go back with her?
If you were my man and I knew you had a problem with it, I would not do it.
Well, for the record, just in case you ever become available and we start dating and Rich becomes my stepson, I have a problem with it and I don't want you to do it.
I wouldn't do it if you had a problem with it. Now that's where the respect comes in. That's where it's respect. But if you don't have a problem with it and I need to talk to somebody who I feel is going to be honest with me, you got to trust that this person is going to be, that, you know, that I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to talk to somebody who's going to badmouth you. In fact, that person might take your side because you've been there and help me understand your perspective. But if you have a problem with it, I would not do it, or I wouldn't tell you that I did it.
Okay, we see it different. On this one, I see it 100% as a respect thing, and the respect that I demand is the respect that I would give, honestly.
But I wouldn't have a problem with my husband speaking to an ex, especially if I knew that they maintained a friendship about issues in our relationship. Quite honestly, I wouldn't want him to talk to anybody, but if he had to speak to anybody, I'd want him to speak to somebody who could give him some truth.
How about he talk to his homeboy? How about he talk to that dude that
you
knows?
You know what's funny in what you're saying right now?
Go ahead.
Talking to a homeboy, I can honestly say this. Talking to a homeboy, you're probably gonna get more of a person that's on your side than speaking to an ex. Exactly. Who is going to give you the real. Richie, you know who you are. You did it to me. I know how that woman feels. That woman feels like this right now because I felt like that when you did this to me. This is what made me feel. This is why we aren't together today. Because those things that you're telling me that you did to her, I'm going to tell you how she feels because I felt that way. Amen. And when she comes with that information, now you have to take it as, oh shit. Oh shit. Whereas if you go talk to your homeboy gonna be like, oh nigga, man, fuck her. You know you right. Yeah, come on, man. What we doing tonight? We going out? But go ahead and talk to a woman who you have hurt into the past and let her bring you the information and be like, nah, bro, you did that to me. And you thought I was tripping when you did that to me. And now she feels the same way that I felt back then. And you like, damn, you know what? I guess I'm fucking up.
Rich, I'm gonna say one thing and we can move on.
I think I just got you.
No, you didn't. No, you did not. Because you can have a female friend. Let's just say your homeboy who you knew forever is gonna take your side. Mm-hmm. We all got female friends that they are your girl. This is my girl. And she gonna tell you what it is from a woman's point of view. Go sit down with her if that's the case. I just think that I just think it's wrong. I could be old school. No, you know me very well. I'm so big on respect. I'm so big on I'm just big on loyalty and respect. You know that me as a human being. I feel like that's blurred lines right there. It's I wouldn't even want to put my new girl in that situation of her stepping into a room and another woman knowing something about her that she ain't supposed to know. I wouldn't want to do that. That's just me though.
And you know what? And like I said, I can't argue with that because contrary to my argument, I'm not mature enough to be okay with that. So even though I'm making an argument for the other side, it's basically devil's advocate because the reality is I would feel a way. I don't want my ex even with communication. I mean, I don't want my girl with communication with her exes because as a man, this is where the creep comes in. You know what that nigga thinking. Now you enter into break glass when fire. Now you enter in break glass when emergency. And that nigga's preying on that emergency situation to come about for him to slide in and be there for you and all of that. So I get it. Trust me, I get it. So I understand everything you're saying. And as a man, I don't want my woman doing that because I'm definitely not mature enough to handle the fact that you're giving this nigga my information and this nigga is probably going to use it against me to try to smash you once or twice again and be there for you and be that shoulder you crying on. And I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that.
Rich, even if the nigga wasn't trying to smash, you know, like I know, I have a lot of female friends. And there's stuff that I know about they men that's embarrassing. It's stuff I know about they men. Now, these are not even chicks that I ever dealt with. These are female friends who come to me, what you think about this, what you think about that? And you see this dude, you know something about him that he don't know you know. Everybody, you know, it is what it is. Imagine an ex feeling like that. Like, nah, like to me, it's yes, you're right. Break glass in case of emergency. I get that. But even outside of that, it's to me some things, it's your relationship. And I just don't think if you and your ex is that cool that you share in our business, go be with that nigga. And to me, I'm so black and white. I mean every word that I said. That what I'm saying right now, I mean that wholeheartedly. Like I don't have a problem with my ex. I mean with my girl being in a friendship and communicating with her ex. That's not Sean's problem. But when that nigga start knowing what's going on in my household and you become the confidant that she run into when we got problems, oh hell no. It is done. And that's my word to everything. But we can move on. I got to put my little smoothie down because I got to read this, right?
All right.
I know we going over our time. Do me a favor for everybody who is with us. Thanks again for joining in. We know we're doing this a day later than we normally do. I love y'all for sticking with us and coming back even tonight being with us. But please, if you know somebody who loved the Boys Club, please tag them. Let them know about the conversation we having right now. Join the conversation, all right? Rich, I'm going to read something to you because this is a question that I promised one of our loyal viewers that I would get to a question this week, all right? It's long, so just bear with me.
All right, hold on. Taylor, come in for a second. Go ahead.
Good. No, let your baby come.
Put on ABC for me. Taylor, say what's up.
What's good?
Congrats.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. ABC, and that's might take a little bit because of the cable.
Oh, you put on Xbox?
Okay, stay focused, Rich.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Like 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
See you later, Taylor.
I catch you.
Here we go. Tell me if you could. I'm gonna try to get through this as quick as possible. She starts with, how can you tell if your spouse is sleeping with a man? He was sexually abused by a man when he was a child. For a while, he battled with his sexuality. I'm fearful that he might be going through those changes again. I don't know how to ask him without offending him. Any advice? Question mark. I hit her back. You know I don't check my DMs often. So I'm like, yo, I'm just seeing this. To your knowledge, has he ever been with a man in the past? I'm not sure what you mean by he battled with his sexuality. Please be specific. She hits me back. About 6 months ago, I found women's panties in his drawer. I confronted him about it, and he confessed that they were his. When he was younger, he was going to have a sex change. I'm not sure if he's been with other men or just his molester. He was sexually abused from age 7 until his teens. When I say battle his sexuality, I mean he had thoughts. He always told me that he would kill himself before being gay. However, we do not have sex. Part of me wants to believe it's due to his sexual trauma. We both have past sexual trauma, and I felt like I've finally found a man who loves me for me, who loves me for me and not for sex. But I'm like, I still have needs. Long story short, how do I ask him in a way that doesn't hurt his feelings? I hit her back. Last question. How long have y'all been together? Did you ever have consistent sex? And how long have you not had sex? She hits back. We've been married for 4 years. Bless you. We've been married for 4 years, and I think we've had sex maybe 4 or 5 times. I want to say it's been maybe a year or so since the last time we've had sex. He tells me that his blood pressure medicine won't allow him to perform. Then he says I reject him, but I don't. I take a prescription sleep aid. Once I'm asleep, I'm asleep. I walk around the house with no panties. I sometimes ask him for a quickie, and he says later. I need advice. So I know that was a lot to digest. She asked a few questions in here. She wants to know, and again, I love our audience, and thank you so much for entrusting us with such sensitive information. Obviously, we won't disclose who you are. But she wants to know, a few things. Number one, do we think that he is sleeping with a man? And also, how does she even ask him without offending him?
First of all, this is way convoluted. Like this is way convoluted. So let's just break this down chapter by chapter. He was traumatized, molested by someone.
At 7 years old.
At 7 years old. So there's a sociological aspect. So there's a socio-psycho aspect to this. She goes into his drawer, she finds women's panties, in which case she thinks that he's cheating with another woman, but come to find out that they're actually his. She wants to know if he's messing with another man or if he messed with just his accuser.
And he at one point was considering a sex change when he was younger.
Okay.
And he also said he'd kill himself before he'd be gay. So there's a part of him that hates that side of him that is either attracted to men or has ever been with a man.
All right. So here's my whole breakdown. I think I got it all. She's a woman. He's not interested in women. He's suppressing his gay side because he knows that that's not acceptable for him. So he's suppressing it. He's going against all his inner feelings for the outer feelings. The outer feelings are what the world thinks, how he will be viewed, all the things that's going on in his mind as far as being a man. He's suppressing his inner feelings, which are the feelings that he really wants to be a woman. He has women's panties. He thought about a sex change. He's not interested in his woman. He's blaming heart medication and all that other stuff. All that is just, for him, the bigger picture, which is she's, in essence, she's a beard. She's what they call a beard, what people call a beard, right? She's just hiding his face. She's hiding who he really is. He feels a way about who he really is. And as many men as they're out there who succumb to how they are and who they are inside, there's a whole bunch of more men who hide that, fight that, and suppress that until they die. They go through life and live their whole lives knowing that they're gay and never ever going into the act of being gay publicly because they know that it's not socially acceptable in their circles. That man don't want you, love. That man wants a man. That man needs to seek psychiatric help. And I'm not playing. This ain't no joke. I'm being dead ass. That man needs to seek psychiatric help to be able to get him to the point where he feels comfortable with who he really is. And once he does that, he will be able to move forward in his relationship that he really wants. I don't think he wants her. I think he wants her to be there next to him for what it appears to be, and that's a married couple. But behind closed doors, you don't want to be with her. The things that you're doing lead her to believe that you're unhappy with the life you're leading. But oftentimes, that's what makes people suicidal. So when this nigga puts a gun and blows his brains out, and we look back on and reflect on all of this, then we're going to be like, oh, this is why. It made sense. He's living a life that he never wanted to lead. He's unhappy with what he's doing. And she's, quite frankly, being a pawn in this whole scheme. So if that's me and I'm the woman, I got to move on, because this is a gay man who doesn't really know how to express that he's gay and he needs help. Bottom line, I don't know. I guess I can break it down. That's the best I can do.
I think you did good. Number one, I want to share my thoughts. You know, there's so much going on here. And to the young lady who wrote in, again, I thank you for entrusting Rich and I, just as men. I mean, we're not therapists or psychologists or any of that. We're just two men trying to be as truthful and as honest as we can, coming from a man's point of view. So the fact that you even entrust us with this information, I thank you. You know, Rich, I'm just going to randomly start because there's so many different pieces I want to nitpick and talk about. If this was a regular man, if Sean Prez came home and my wife got a pair of panties that she found in my drawer, and it's like, who's these? I just saw an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and the same thing happened on it. And homeboy ran with that same line. Yo, I'm a cross-dresser. I wear women's panties. So maybe when I first read this, I'm like, yo, is homeboy trying to play the Jedi mind trick on her? Like, did he just get caught? And instead of just being like, yo, I got caught, he thought real quick and is like, yo, these are mine. Like, what do you say to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that was Sean Prez, my girl would have punched me in the face because she know a man. She the nigga, I'm punching you in the face. It ain't even about the panties no more. Now you're just taking me for an idiot. Hold it, bow. like now just hold this. Like, and would have just two-piece me. But in his case, when you're hearing that he was sexually molested at 7, he thought about a sex change operation. He's fighting these feelings of being gay to the extent that he said, I would kill myself before I would be gay. I think he's telling the truth. And I'm telling that to the woman who's watching, right? I don't, in my gut, and I could be wrong, I don't know your situation. You wrote in, we're only going against the information you give us. I don't think he's messing with another woman. I think he might actually be telling you the truth. Those are his underwear. Now, you should check the size and see if he can fit them. If your man is 300 pounds and them panties, can fit somebody who's a size 2, then maybe the reason y'all ain't having sex is because he having sex with somebody who's a size 2. So
Right.
that's number one, right? But with all of those other things coming into play, I don't think that's the case. Now, I asked her a real question. Have you ever been intimate? Because that needs to be said. Everybody's relationship is very, very different. People meet each other at different times in their life, and some people are looking for things that, quite frankly, that others are not, right? Like some people, from minute one, there is this sexual attraction, and they are screwing like rabbits from day one. Over time, it might wind down, but when they met, there was this physical attraction out the gate. Some people like her, and obviously this man, their connection doesn't seem like it was based on the physical. It was based on the trauma. It was based on, I get what you've been through and you get what I have been through.
Yes.
Of course, she said they've been married, not dating, married for 4 years, and they've had sex 5 or 6 times in those 4 years.
Nigga, that right there is crazy.
That's insane. That is an average of 1.1 times per year.
Correct.
Seriously, that is 1.1 times a year. That you are, so every 12 months. So she said, yo, I walk around the house, I don't wear drawers. This man ain't touching me. He's saying that his blood pressure medicine don't allow him to perform. Baby girl, like that blood pressure medicine, maybe she telling the truth, but unless he came into the situation with high blood pressure and he was on medication, over the past 4 or 5 years y'all been married and y'all have only had sex once a year, that ain't the medication. It just ain't. And I'll tell you another thing.
Question.
Yeah.
What does that say about her?
She said it in her email or her message. She said they connect. She said she thought she found somebody that understood her based on the fact that she was abused.
Okay.
So I don't think she took it no way. I think their connection was wrong from the gate. They came into this thing and it was based on something other than the physicality that most relationships start with, right? And she's like, yo, but I still have needs. Well, for him, this is our norm. We have sex once every 13 months. Like literally once every 13 months, we have sex. But I would say, I don't know, just to answer her question, I don't know if your man is sleeping with another man. I don't have enough information. But here's what I do know. Your man needs to seek therapy in a big way because there are feelings. There is a part of him, to your point, Rich, that he has to deal with. And I truly in my heart believe that he is attracted to me. Maybe because his first sexual experience was with a man, even if it was forced upon him, that is what is natural to him. Being with a man. And as much as he might despise that part of himself, as much as he might detest the thought that I can be attracted to a man, it still doesn't take away from the fact I am. And I truly in my heart believe he is wrestling with these conflicted feelings of, I hate the fact that I'm attracted to men, but I am. I hate the fact that I want to cross-dress. I hate the fact that I want a sex change. I hate the fact that I lay next to a woman every night and I wish I had a hard dick next to me. I truly believe he hates that. I don't think he's good with it. But those feelings are real. And I can tell you, Miss, and I will just call you Miss, I think you need to encourage your man to seek therapy, even if you go with him or tell him he can go, and you don't even need to know what him and his therapist talk about. But this is not a situation that's going to resolve itself. It is not a situation that's going to go away. I can guarantee you, you can walk around that house butt naked from the waist down for the next 365 days, and that man will not do so much as grab one of your cheeks. He won't, because that ain't what he want. It's just not. Me and you, Rich, we always talk about having the hard conversations. So part of her thing was, how do I have this conversation with him without offending him? It's not about offending him, because you're being affected. What about you? Like right now, you're writing into the boys club. This can't be about me offending him. That man know he married you and he's having sexual intercourse with you every 13 months. He know that this conversation is long overdue. So to sit there and worried about how he feels about you asking a question that is right dead smack in the middle of both of y'all's face. He know that this is coming. And every day that it don't come, he probably scratching his head like, yo, I wonder why she ain't like talk to that man. Don't worry about being politically correct. Don't worry about offending him. Don't worry about breaking up. If y'all got a divorce tomorrow, what difference would you're not? You don't have a husband-wife, a true husband-wife relationship in the traditional sense. You don't have it anyway. So you have nothing to lose. But I do believe that you can have this conversation, as difficult as it is, respectfully, even if it does hurt his feelings. but he needs to be confronted. And lastly, this, whatever this is that you guys are doing in your household, it needs to be confronted. But I think at the end of the day, he needs to reach out and get some help. But you need to precipitate it. You need to start it by initiating that conversation. And maybe from there, he'll get the help he needs or get the answers to the questions that he's seeking. And even if it come down to y'all divorcing, you can move on and get a man that truly does love you and truly does want to lay down with you and be with you and is attracted to you. I don't see no downside in this. It's only an upside to me. But go ahead, Rich.
No, I mean, you said it all. You said it all. Like, you guys are essentially living a lie. How long are you going to live this lie? You have to ask yourself this question. You're enabling him to live a lie. You're not married. By all accountability, he's not doing anything that you guys aren't doing anything that a married couple would do. There's no affection there. He doesn't want to be with you. He doesn't want to touch you. This is like, he has sex with you once every 13 months. Like, how long are you going to enable this man to live a secret life? Live a secret life. Because it's clear that where y'all are at is not where he wants to be. You need to get to the bottom of this. And like Sean said, if it means going to therapy, if it means getting together and helping him out, if it means helping him on his journey, then you need to be there for him and help him on his journey, because you can't allow your insecurities and your sociological past and all the horrible things that have happened to you in your life keep you from being able to heal as well. You're not healing either. As long as you enable him to live a secret life, he's disabling you from healing and moving forward with your life. So now you need to step up. You need to take accountability. You need to get this thing nipped in the bud, because as far as he's concerned, he can take this to the grave with him, because you're enabling him. He's the one that's keeping you from moving forward and maybe one day getting to your demons and finding happiness moving forward. You can't continue to live your life like that, bro. It ends badly. It ends badly for one of you. I'm telling you.
But you want to know something, Rich? You want to know something? It might end good for both of them. It's not even that it ends badly for one of them. It might end good for both of them. And what I mean by that is, by having this hard conversation, it might give her a chance to go out there and get with a man who loves her, touches her, treats her, sexes her down. And it might give him a chance to, yo, this is who I am. And I accept it. And I love myself despite what I think is morally wrong. Or maybe he will never go the other way, but at least he can have a chance to confront the feelings that it seems like he's had bottled up in him for so many years. Because if this man is secretly wearing women's panties, he got some unfinished business.
Correct.
There are some things that he has to confront. So to the young lady who hit us, we thank you. But sometimes you got to take a step back to take a giant leap forward. And this might be painful for you and it might be painful for him initially, but it might free both of y'all so that y'all could both live the lives that y'all deserve to live. Okay, Rich, we've been doing this for an hour and a half. We let a caller come in, caller or two. So if you're trying to get into this call, I know we're super late. We had a lot to cover tonight. I still have a bunch of questions from other callers that hit me. But y'all know the rules. If you're trying to get in, number one, you must be in a well-lit location. You must show your face. You must have good conversation. I mean, good connection or good Wi-Fi. But definitely good conversation. And lastly, you must ask a question. So if you are trying to get in, hit that request button. It's the plus button down on the bottom of your screen to the right, and we'll let you in. I am Duchess. Where you at, girl?
Duchess. Oh God, she's in here. I'm seeing her all night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She hit the request button. I don't see her.
Oh,
Hold on.
I know she better come in here proper.
How do I turn it around?
You better. I know you better come in here. Okay.
I'm ready.
What up, Miss Duchess? Okay, what's your real name now?
Alexis.
What up, Alexis?
Hi, Sean. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Glad to see you again, girl.
Good to see you as well. Hi, Richie.
What's up, D?
How are you?
Good. What's the word?
Good, good. I got my light in. Y'all see my light? I got some light. Got my location. Got my Wi-Fi.
You got everything but the question.
Look, you official.
Go. Okay, I got some questions. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Y'all said Mount Everest of the box. What does that mean? I had to go back. Sean, this one coming to you because it came out your mouth. What does that mean? Go on ahead.
Who? Hold up. Wasn't that like last week or 2 weeks ago?
I recap. I didn't know what that means. This is why I'm here.
Whose mouth did that come out of? Me or Rich?
It came out your mouth. You said Mount Everest of the box. What is that? Define it. Because some of this ain't going to be on YouTube. I be digging for the men's mind, know what they talking about, know what the questions mean, know what they, what is it, locking on talk. I know we not, as women, supposed to know all of this. But some of us need some assistance and some guidance, right? We don't all have the answers and we don't know how to navigate with men. Men have their own way of thinking and saying stuff. So I'm recapping off of something you said because I ain't gonna be able to find that, but I need you to define that.
The Mount Everest of box is that is okay. You can take it in a couple of ways, right? Like think of Mount Everest. Like there's some mountains out there, but Mount Everest is the mountain that everybody want to climb, and when you do climb it and you reach the summit, you feel like, yo, I done did something. So with that being said, to translate it,
In men's
exactly. From a man's standpoint, every man got that chick that he just want to hit, like that every man want to hit. And if he could be the one that cut through all the clutter, and he know every man out there been trying to talk to her, but she chose me and I'm the one who's hitting it, that's the Mount Everest. Now that's one way. But it's also, that is the box amongst boxes. Like Rich, you could jump in here. Like there's some good box out there, but then there's some superb. Like then it's something different. Like when you have a hard time communicating in words, where you just like, yo, that just was different, and that's the Mount Everest. So, Rich, maybe you got a better way of articulating it than I do.
Nah, that was about right. It's the pinnacle of box. It's simple. It's the pinnacle of box. It's the peak. Mount Everest is the highest mountain in North America. Once you get to that highest mountain in North America, it's the highest level of you've accomplished something. It's the Mount Rushmore of box.
Right.
You understand?
Okay. I'm a cheerleader for that.
And be real clear for all the women out there. Everybody think they got good box. Like that's the good thing about women. Y'all, you can't tell a woman she ain't got good stuff. Every woman comes to this.
Box self-esteem, right?
Huh?
Box self-esteem.
Yeah, that's what it is. Y'all got that box self-esteem for sure. But y'all ain't all got the Mount Everest.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, so relationship question. Long-term relationship. Which kind of market are you in? Are you looking for fun, casual, long term? What are you looking for? The Sharks take it. We ain't really showing. All you do is give us the premarital, the postmarital, all of that, right? Because you already here.
What kind of question is that? That's not a relationship question. You're asking personal questions.
Yeah, it's personal, but you know what are you looking for? Like you know, you're out on a date.
I don't look for anything. I don't look for anything. I think when you go into any relationship or any situation with preconceived notions, it's not fair to you or the person you're with. So when you go into a scenario, you have to vet, play it out, see what it is, make it make sense to you. And if it's something that can move forward, it will move forward. If it's something that can't move forward, then it won't move forward. But I'm never going to put myself in a situation where I'm so determined to be in a relationship that I'm in a bad relationship just to be in a relationship. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm never going to put myself in a situation, and I advise everybody to do the same thing. Right. Never go into a scenario so dead set on that scenario that you lose focus on what the bigger picture was, and that's the ultimate happiness.
Okay, so moving on, I guess, to another question. What do y'all define as cheating, since we talked about
how many questions you got, nigga?
I got a couple. I can hang on for just a little bit. All right. What do y'all define as cheating as far as men, for us as women? Like if you're texting another guy and you're in a relationship, or if you know, like what is the standard if you wanna date someone and you don't wanna step on their toes, and you don't wanna how do you say disrespect the person that you're seeing or dating or talking to, but you know, you might want to talk to other people because they might talk to other people. So how do you do that politely without crossing those boundaries? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Is the question like all over, or like you got it?
Sean?
Okay, for starters, I think we all gonna have to put ourselves on mute when each of us speak because I hear echo.
Okay.
So you want me to tackle this, Rich?
I don't know how to press mute.
It should be right there in front of you. It should be right there. It's a little microphone. All you got to do is hit it. It's on the screen.
No.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. But Rich, you want me to tackle it or you got this? Okay, so you asked, how do you define cheating, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I think.
In our age, you know, because I don't want to talk about like people that are more immature. Like if you're dating seriously or you're trying to pursue something, how do you go about it without stepping on toes or being disrespectful when you're trying to gauge a relationship? You know what I'm saying? Like how can you respectfully understand what is considered cheating in our realm and our situations? Like, you know what I'm saying? Our age group.
Okay. I think, and I'm going to try to articulate this the best way I can, right? You know, when you go into a court of law, you have something called intent. Okay. Like just straight up. So let's say I went in and it was a murder trial. Mm-hmm. You could kill somebody, but it was accidental. You know, there was no intent. And I think that as mature, we're older. I think it starts with intent. I don't have a problem with my girl having male friends. Okay. Because I damn sure have female friends.
Right, going back to what y'all was saying earlier.
Correct. But I think that when you start sending text messages with the intent to cross the line or to conjure a different type of tone, to take the conversation somewhere else. Okay. Even if there is no physical even if this is just DMs, texts, all of that stuff, that's cheating. You might not have physically cheated, but the intent was there. Nigga, you knew what you was doing. You a grown man or you a grown woman. You knew exactly what you was doing. You threw that out there, that bait to see what you was gonna get back.
That's clear.
You understand? So
Yes, I did.
to me, it's always a fine line because you can easily get your way out of it and be like, yo, well, you know, this is just text, or it's just DMs, or just this, or just that. But it really comes down to, what was your intention?
Right.
You just went somewhere and you wanted to get a certain response, and when you did, you went with it.
Right.
So whether it was physical, correct. To me, that's when you cross the line of cheating.
Okay. Now, see, I didn't see it that way. I'm glad that you give that perspective, because now I can understand how things can translate later or become an issue later. You know, because a lot of us women don't really know when we're stepping on those eggshells or when we've crossed that line unless someone teach us. And we learn from this podcast. I know I learned because I search through YouTube all day. That is like my dictionary. You can find everything on YouTube. So when you want to know what men are thinking and what they're doing, I know. You're not supposed to dig too deep as far as women, because there's some stuff we just shouldn't know. And it needs to stay for the men, and we as women need to stay as the women. But I do thank y'all. Y'all are excellent gentlemen. I have stopped smoking thanks to you guys in this podcast. I am smoke free. I'm healthier. I look good. I feel good. It's amazing. Y'all have to keep doing what y'all doing. Us women need this. We come here. We get mad when y'all not here. Yesterday, I almost fainted. I almost died. Thank you. I appreciate you guys, and I'll be back.
Hold on, I want to hear Rich's response to the cheating question.
He don't got nothing to say. You know he like the creep. He not creepy though. He not creepy. He's sexy. He not creepy.
So,
you don't gotta say nothing. You don't gotta say nothing, Hefe. Hefe, you don't have to say nothing.
So,
nope.
I agree with Sean in intent. What I don't agree with is that you sitting on this podcast and pretending like you don't know right from wrong, and that this is a learning experience for you. When in reality, what you're really trying to do is justify your shenanigans and acting like you taking the ignorance as bliss. And you want to ask forgiveness and not permission, because you know damn good and well, you know everything, every answer Sean just gave. You a grown-ass 40-plus-year-old woman. You know exactly.
No, he did.
You know exactly what is right and what's wrong. And you sitting in here, let me finish. And you sitting in here acting like you looking for some spiritual motive, like advice, when in the reality is what? Go ahead. What?
No, I'm listening. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. Go on, please.
Okay.
Please,
see, that's how I know you. That's how I know you know you wrong, when you start talking a different language and shit. You start to let that shit. you start coming Espanol for me. So yo, check this out, right? This is the deal. Alexis, you know
my name.
You said your name. I would have said Duchess all night. You the one that said Alexis. You know what's right and what's wrong. And you sat here and you absolutely just asked motherfucking rhetorical questions as to just pretend like you was getting some shit, some advice that you already knew, because you're a grown-ass woman, and I'm sure you know right from wrong. I'm sure you know why women send text messages. I'm sure you know why motherfuckers stick toes in water without jumping in first, because they want to check reaction. And if the reaction is suitable to what they want to do, then they're gonna go ahead and jump full-fledged in the water, because all they was really doing, like Sean said, and everybody agreed with, was intent. You have intent. You knew what you came here to do. You had intent. Now, how that intent pans out, you can always go with the plausible deniability, because the shit didn't go as you wanted it to go. But yet, you had intent. And as long as you have intent, when you send that text messages, and the "hey big head" can be misconstrued and taken out of context, and as long as all this shit is ambiguous, women will get away with the bullshit. But really,
Men too.
Yeah,
Me too. Just go both
you
ways.
are the woman. You are the woman I am talking about.
I am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Because we are talking to you right now.
Yes, you are, Jefe.
And that's all I'm saying, Hefa. Goodbye, Alexis.
Bye, Richie.
Yo, you really gonna let him get away with all that, Alexis?
I adore him.
I'm gonna tell you, I love the boys club, and I love me some Rich Dollars. Yo, Rich, I might shoot my shot at you. This nigga Rich is so damn real, and I think I'm real. Go ahead, Rich, talk that talk.
All right.
So
you know what? You wants to play on site. That's all I'm gonna say. On site.
Listen, you better cut it out. You know Esby's in here.
She my sister. We both the same complexion now with the hair and everything. I done fucked up my shit, fucked up my eyebrows. Now we sisters. What's up? We gonna wash the car together.
Okay. You also know Antoinette up in here.
Antoinette, the Antoinette's still smoking. She got to stop smoking. We can't do the smoke.
Yo, you dead ass know everybody. Yo, Sean, she dead ass know everybody who be on here.
Because we all family. We family. We love each other. We here for each other. We here for this. This is what we here for. It's positive. It's not negative. We here to enlighten, to grow, to worship ourselves. I know I'm here for that.
You are the poster girl for the boys club. So when we really blow up and we do commercials, I'm coming back so you could bounce your titties on the commercial.
Yay! I want new titties so bad. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. I don't want center blocks. I don't want that. Cause see, you can't fit in couture. When you wear Versace, you just want to slip it on. I don't need all that extra shit. Just give me something natural and round. I'll be a poster girl. I'll be whatever you want, Jefe.
Okay. We gonna talk about buying a new rack. I'm gonna be very, very PG. We're gonna talk about buying a new rack next week, Rick. You gotta go back there.
I deserve that. I deserve that. I would do a GoFundMe, but that's not fair. We got Ukraine going crazy. We got shit happening. I don't even feel right. But you know what? I don't want to be walking with titties neither. So I got to get my car. I get a new car. I got shit I got to do. But I will take those titties on the house. If you're going to do that, that's fine with me.
Whatever. See you later, Alexis.
Right, because if I start that, then Richie's inbox is going to be full of bitches wanting titties, right? Richie, I want my titties done. Now I got to fight them because I'm calling all of them, eyes and all. You already know, Richie. You already know. And beautiful, and I want to be healthy, and you know.
Alexis, see you later.
Okay, you can hang up on me,
Rich. I don't know, man. I want to get you settled down. Like you got. It'd be hard to be in your position. Good Lord.
Man, listen.
I ain't lying. Okay, we don't have nobody else trying to get in, so should I ask?
How does anybody come in after that?
That's what I'm saying. No, people hung up. People was like, yo, I'm out of here. Yo, Alexis, man. You got people like, yo, I can't come behind that. But Rich, I got a ton of questions, or we can end it right here. I think let's end it on a high note.
Let's end it on a high note.
All right, so to everybody who tuned in tonight, we know tonight is not our normal night, so thank you so much for tuning into the Boys Club. Y'all know what we do every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Rich Dollars, Sean Prez, we are the Boys Club, and we just have the most raw, unfiltered, fun, insightful conversation, and it all comes from, you know, the mind of a man, and we just really try to give y'all perspective that you wouldn't normally get listening to your friends or listening to some of these other cornball dudes out here trying to tell you what you want to hear and what sounds good, but not what you need to hear. With that being said, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Official Boys Club. This episode will be up tomorrow on our YouTube channel. It will also be available on all podcast streaming networks. So if you stream your podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, so forth and so on, it will be there as well. And lastly, please follow us, _official boys club on Instagram. Please follow our handle there. All right, Rich, you got the last word, Playboy.
Yo, once again, you know, my kid graduated yesterday, so we didn't get to do it on a normal night, but I appreciate everybody tapping in with us on this Thursday. It was a great conversation as usual. You know how we do every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. We will see you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Thanks, y'all, for the support. Prez, hit you off.
All right. Peace and love, y'all.